Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by mycar, Tyre Auto, Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, it's Tom here from Ludicrous Feed. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're going to go check out software update 2503, otherwise known as version 1.4 for my BYD Seal here in Sydney, Australia. Let's go have a look. Okay, so version 1.4 or 2503 is the big one. That's the one I've been waiting for a while now. So I'm going to go through them one by one systematically using the release notes as a frame of reference. And unfortunately, once you upgrade and you don't take a photo of these notes, then those notes disappear. You can't unfortunately retrieve them anymore, which is a shame. I wish they'd leave the notes there like Tesla do as a history of release notes. But anyway, it is what it is. And we'll go through one by one with the photo I have from the internet. So number one is added the EV trip charging planner function within the navigation system. Now this is a big one. This is EV trip planning, which we finally have. And they've also upgraded the maps as well. So now I think it's using Google Maps, which is looking a lot better than the previous version. And now you can EV trip plan. So let's, for example, search for Melbourne. Okay, so I previously typed in Melbourne, so let's click that. All right, so Melbourne, Victoria, which is, 700, 800 kilometers away. No, 900 kilometers away. And of course, with the charge I have, it's not going to get me there in one go. I'm going to run out somewhere just around Yass at this stage. So it's asking me to add charges. So let's plan charges, which is the first time I've seen this on the BYD Seal, which is great. This is part of the EV trip planning upgrade. And you can see now it even includes the Tesla Superchargers that you can use en route to Melbourne. But unfortunately, the one thing about this is that it's recommending me use Tesla Superchargers that aren't open access. So that's still a little bug there. And I feel this is unfortunate because if it wasn't for my previous knowledge, I would just take this on face value and just drive there and realize, whoops, I can't actually charge at a non-open access Tesla Supercharger. By this, I mean that, you really should also download the Tesla app so you can charge your other EV under the options there. And you can see that if you pull up the map there side by side, you'll see that it's asking me to go to Tesla Exeter, right, which is that stop there. And that is not actually available for non-Tesla EVs. So between that red dot, which is Campbelltown, all the way down to Yass, which is that one, Exeter, which is just somewhere around there somewhere, it's not available to non-Tesla EVs. So that's really unfortunate. And in fact, even this one, this is Gundagai. I know for a fact that Gundagai Supercharger is not also available to non-Tesla EVs. So yeah, I don't know what the solution there is. I guess Google need to somehow talk to Tesla and then make sure that everyone's on the same page, that non-Tesla EVs cannot charge at all Tesla Superchargers. It's a bit of a nuance at the moment because only some Tesla Supercharger locations are open to all EVs. So it's unfortunate, but I guess you could probably manually plan that to make sure you are charging at a compatible charger. So, but nevertheless, it's a small step, albeit possibly a misleading one, but hey, EV trip planning is, I guess, possibly better than nothing, but I would still recommend planning a little bit as if you're going for a long drive to make sure you can actually use all the chargers en route. Next one is added multiple apps in the BYD Store. So let's have a look. So now you can already see I've got YouTube there downloaded. That wasn't there before, but you can go to the BYD Store and you can now see all the apps that are being currently either downloaded or being upgraded as we speak. So YouTube is definitely new, BYD for Zoom is definitely new, and then you can upgrade the other apps that were previously there like Stingray, Karaoke, and Amazon. I think this is new as well, Calm Radio. So let's check out YouTube to see what it looks like and to make sure we're all good. And of course the first channel I have to look up is my own. And let's have a look at one of our recent reviews. So the Kia EV3, for example. All right, let's full screen this. There we go, full screen. Hear me talking there. Let's see what resolutions we can have this at. So currently it's at 480p. You can go all the way to 4K, which is great. I'm not sure whether the screen will accept that. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. Let's just go about scrub over here, for example, and let's see how responsive it is with regards to cellular data, which is what it's currently using at the moment. So a little bit of loading time. But yeah, vision still seems pretty smooth. And audio looks good as well. I'm talking over myself. Yeah, resolution's not too bad. Nice. Okay, well, this is good for when you're charging, for example. Let's just see what happens when we put it to drive. Yep, the app goes away. There we go, as expected. And I should also let you guys know too that when I did the update, I noticed that my BYD app was just not as responsive anymore. For example, when I was charging, it was telling me I had like 60 hours remaining. So what I did was I actually reset the SIM card. And where's the SIM card, you ask? Well, let me show you where it is. Okay, so center storage area under the armrest, and you dive right in, take off the cover or the protective flap, which is this thing here. Right, that sits there normally. You just take that out, and right down the bottom you'll see something called SIM card, or you'll see a little. Let's see if I can turn my light on to show you where it looks like. It's a bit dark here, sorry. Yeah, so it says SIM upside down there. It's in that bottom little flap here, or the bottom area. So you need like one of these SIM card removers or a pin or something, and just literally just stick it in here, right, that hole. I'll just do it for you right now. Okay, so once I push that, then you can take the flap out, and that is the SIM card right there, right? So it's a big SIM, the old school SIMs, and then just reseat it, literally reseat it, and just there. And that fixed my app lag or connectivity kind of issues, and you're good to go. So anytime you've got any issues with your app connecting to your car, that's what I do, and it usually fixes the issue. Okay, so sorry for that little detour, but I felt that was important for you to know as well with regards to the SIM. Point 3 is added the Google search function within the navigation system. Now, this is pretty cool as well. As I said, they've just upgraded the nav or map app in general, which is great. And if you press, for example, or look for something like Coles, which is nearby us, it gives you a lot more information from Google Maps as well. So it's kind of using like Android Automotive or Google Maps kind of software now, or platform underneath it all, which is really, really good. So you've got like pictures now for reference. That's the new Coles Linfield actually. It's all nice and new now. So now it looks like a Google search result, which is actually quite informative. Excellent. Okay, so the next point is added the preference setting for notification sounds adjustable across 3 levels. So I'm going to walk through the entire settings later on, but just from point 4, you can go to audio display, which by the way, this all looks so much better now. You can search for stuff as well. Very user-friendly. And now under vehicle prompt sound, it's got 3 settings now, low, mid, and high, which is great. So if it's too intrusive for you, then go to low instead of high, which is really good. Now, point 5 is added bottom navigation bar customization function. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but what I do love is that all this stuff now remains. So all the HVAC settings, quick shortcuts, temperature included, and that's all now here despite what app you use, which is fantastic. So even if you press nav, it's all still there, which is great. So now even if you use Apple CarPlay, for example, boom, it is all still there. So that's great. That's present in the C-Line 7 and the Shark 6 and now in the BYD Seal, so I'm super happy about this. I don't have to go back to the home screen to access HVAC, or I don't need to swipe up. It is always available, and that's great for passengers as well. So you don't have to, for example, disrupt Waze or Google Maps. You can just touch the HVAC stuff, and you can still control the temp this way as well, which is great. I just wish it wasn't smooth like that. I actually prefer if it was static, because if it's smooth, you've got to kind of take your eyes off the road a little bit to see what number you're up to, but if it was static, it's sort of boom, boom, boom. So just one little gripe. It's in the Shark 6 and the C-Line 7 where it's static, or a bit more discreet, whereas here it's smooth. So ironically, the smoother one is, I think, a little bit harder to use. You can also swipe sideways for the fan control as well. So excellent, excellent stuff. This is a much needed improvement. Okay, so next point is added the lane departure assist switch on the convenience bar. Now, I think convenience bar is the shortcut stuff. I don't see it here in the whatever this is, whatever you want to call the bottom one, but if you swipe down there, so I think lane departure assist is here. There you go, there's another icon there. So I think that's what they mean. You can drag this up if you like, for example. I'll just hang on to it there, and you can drag it up to one of these ones instead of the other ones. So yeah, that's good that they've got this now, because if you want to turn it off every time, it's an easy way to do so. Just swipe down and turn it off. Okay, so point 7 is added auto power on off function. So in the past, you'd have to press that start stop button every single time to turn the car on and off. But now with the auto power on off, let's just go to the vehicle settings button, which is now here, this big cogwheel icon. In the past it used to be here, and I kind of used to have to peer around my steering wheel when I'm driving, but now it's nice and clear, it's right here. So let's press that, and let's go to vehicle as well, and let's go to comfort driving and auto power on and off. So I'm going to test this in real time. So I've got my fob right here. Let's get out of the car. So normally in the past, if I didn't press this start stop button when I left the car, it would sort of beep at me or do something to sort of tell me, hey, the car's still running. It's a very much an ice car moment, isn't it? Tell you to turn the car off. But let's do this in real time. So let's shut the door, and then we're going to press lock on my fob. Oh, it said something at the time, didn't it? But let's shut the car. See that? Windows folded, and I can walk away because the car is now locked and the power is off. Okay. There was still some. The voice assistant still murmured something. I don't know what it was. I couldn't hear it, but nevertheless, the car looks locked. So let's try opening the car again, and let's get in there. And see that? The car powers on by itself. Hurrah! How good is that? I don't need to press this button. I know it's an extra little step, but still, it's the small things. It's nice. That's the whole point of a software update, that it can just power the car on by itself. Fantastic. That is a big step forward. Thank you, BYD, for that. Okay, so point 8 is added password to drive function to avoid theft. So this is quite good. I know Tesla's had this for a long time, so good that BYD's catching up now. So again, go to the cogwheel settings there, go to locks, and then locks, password to drive. So pretty straightforward. And if you really want to be secure with the car, that's what you do. And point 9 is added automatic activation of the low beam and position lights during nighttime. Okay, that's great. Now, feature optimization. So number 1, optimize the BYD intelligent cockpit system with improvements to the visual interface and interactive operations. I presume they mean the instrument cluster screen. I haven't noticed too much different, I must say. So yeah, I mean, I quite like the new Sea Lion 7 and the Shark 6 appearance for the instrument cluster. The seal doesn't look too much different at this stage. In fact, I might run through the menus for you. It hasn't changed too much. It's still telling me cumulative in the last 50 kilometers efficiency. That hasn't changed too much. Driving time, average speed, all that. Yeah, it looks like an alert for speed limiter. Classic, simple. So that looks pretty similar actually if I choose that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the same. Okay, point 2 is optimize the interactive experience of the BYD Assistant. Not relevant, I don't use voice assistant that often. Optimize user experience of Android Auto and CarPlay. Yes, I showed you that before, how the bottom screen remains. I must show you again because I love it. It's a bit of a game changer, this one. Optimize the translations of system languages. Okay, good. We'll run through the system screen shortly. Optimize sensitivity of the FCTB and roundabout scenarios to reduce false triggering. We'll try and find a roundabout on our drive after this. And optimize AC control logic while using remote control via the BYD app. Let me show you the BYD app real quick. Okay, so that's the BYD app. I did say earlier that there was a bit of an issue with state of charge. So again, just reseat the SIM card. And the app has been upgraded. Just check your app store to make sure you've got the most recent version. And yeah, it looks a bit more user-friendly, I guess. And then that's the AC kind of settings there. You can also schedule to, which is very cool. So yeah, I must say the interface looks a lot better now. Okay, so that's the nuts and bolts of the software update. So let's just quickly go through the infotainment screen settings. I might just show you the AC real quick to start with. I don't think that's changed too much. That looks pretty similar from what I can see. Let's start from the top here, from the light. So courtesy light looks pretty similar. Exterior light looks similar as well. Ambient light looks pretty similar. Locks, password to drive, that's new of course. That's all the same. Yep, the digital keys are there. I've done a review on that previously, so it's good to have the phone being able to tap the wing mirror to unlock and lock your car. Windows settings, I think that might be the same. Possibly there's a few more controls here for more discrete controls. Door, that's similar, I'm pretty sure. Audio display, I think this is all the same for the audio side. Head-up display, you can always change that. Optional display content, yeah, that's safe ADAS, okay. Yep, that's for the cruise control. Instrument brightness, screen brightness, I think that's all very similar. Yep. So I went through that again previously. The prompt volume. Energy, yes. High regen, of course. Oh, we should go back here. That's, again, very similar. It's a shame they haven't added more stats like in other cars. So it's still very basic in terms of consumption data. Smart charging settings is all there. That's good. Yep, excellent. Nothing's changed there. I do like how there's a search function though. That's really good. So let's say we search for charge. Yeah, so you get all the options now. So instead of sort of scrolling through it all, you've got that option there, which is great. Okay, vehicle settings, and this is so much more user-friendly having this all organized like that. Very good. Yep, that was there previously. That's new, of course. The auto on and off, I showed you that. That's all the same. That is all the same, I believe, and that is the same as well. Seat memory from here. Yep, and that's the heating, venting options. Service, yes. Front wiper check. ADAS, I think. Well, look, the graphics look a bit better, I've got to say, on the side. That one's the same, but that looks a bit nicer, I think. Parking sensors on and off. I don't know why you turn it off, honestly. I like a bit of feedback. Yeah, that's all very similar. Yep. And I think, yeah. And then driving assist, cruise control, and then system for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and the version settings there as well. So, yep, and time settings is all there. And one more thing is all these shortcuts. They look a bit better, I've got to say. I think, I could be wrong, but I think this looks a lot better than previously. More in line with the C-Line 7 and Shark infotainment sort of icons and display. Just looks a bit more user-friendly, I've got to say, than previously. Yeah, and then you can customize all that, of course. Excellent. Well, that's great. I think it's great. The UI is definitely an improvement on previously. Good to have the YouTube there as well when you're charging. I think the last thing we need to do is go for a drive, just to make sure nothing has changed in terms of the drive experience. If anything, hopefully an improvement. Let's go do this. All right. Beautiful day here in Sydney, finally, with all the rain gone, for now anyway. Oh, what a nice car to drive this is. Still lovely. It's just very smooth on the main road here. I guess the only criticism I have is it's possibly a little bit floaty on the, like on low speed, just on bumps and stuff. Yeah, maybe on the floatier side.
In 700 meters, keep left.
So one thing I've noticed, I don't know whether, because I didn't used to use much of the native nav, but now that Google Maps is running, I thought I'd give it a try today to go to the hardware store, starting with the B, to get more chlorine for my pool. But I've noticed, I don't think whether...
In 400 meters, keep
I wasn't
left
sure.
Warringah Road towards Terry Hills.
Wasn't sure whether the head-up display had navigation turn-by-turns. I don't recall it having it in the past. If someone who with a seal can tell me whether they had that showing in the nav previously, let me know. But now
keep left.
It's got obviously the voice assist, and then we've got pictures like that now too.
50 meters, turn left to Forest Way towards Terry Hills.
Oh, suffering from the fumes from that, the ute spewing out some exhaust.
turn left.
It is what it is. Excuse me. I don't know whether you saw that on the vision there. So yeah, I don't know. It's a huge improvement having the Google Maps here. So you can play with all that there as well. Look, EV trip preferences, let's see. Oh look, different connector types. That is quite handy, isn't it? Look at that. CCS2, charging networks. Yeah, all the local stuff. Nice. I guess you could, as I was saying before in the walkthrough, if you want to exclude the Tesla network because it's not accurate, then you definitely can, I guess, using that option. So that's good. It's a good little backup there. If you find the Tesla option inaccurate, as I said, not all non-Tesla EVs can charge at Tesla superchargers. Sorry, start that again. Not all non-Tesla EVs can charge at all Tesla superchargers. You've got to be very careful which one you go to. So we are almost there at our destination. Like how you've got a bit of a progress bar as well. And you can also check out your electric range too. This is cool. I think that was there previously, but I still like seeing this. How far I can drive with the current range of this car.
In 800 meters, turn slight left.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, we're going to go past the hardware store and just go onto the faster road just to give you a bit of a taste of the cruise control setting. So, one second.
In 400 meters, turn slight left and then a turn left.
Okay, we can end that. All good. You've done your job, thank you. Okay, let's get onto Monavale Road here. Can cruise at 90.
Congestion ahead.
Congestion ahead. I guess 3 cars ahead of me is congestion, I suppose. All right. Let's go. Love it, rear-wheel drive. Accelerate off the curve. Fantastic. Now, let's put on cruise. There we go. So, like I said, the instrument cluster screen still looks the same. Nothing's changed too much. I've been quite open about the fact that BYD's ICC or Intelligent Cruise Control with the auto steer is just not the best. It's just not as smooth as other systems. It does tend to push you around the lane a little bit. For example, that's see, it's still jerking a little bit from one point to another. So now it's going to the right a bit, right? I'm not doing anything. I'm just lightly touching the wheel here as guidance. So yeah, that I know it's only been a short test, but again, that's enough for me to say, look, compared to what I've driven in the past, it's still very similar, i.e. not good. So that hasn't improved too much, unfortunately. Just around this curve as well. Again, it's like making little micro adjustments and then pulling away, and yeah, I just don't have as much confidence in this system. Compared to others, but that's all right. You know what you're getting. You've seen enough of my reviews, so all good. Well, might just pull in here and say goodbye to all of you. But you know what? This car is quick enough for me to dash into the showgrounds here easily. Wonderful. Alright everyone, well that's a quick run through and quick drive using software update 2503 IE version 1.4 in the BYD Seal. Great to have the update finally. Lots of quality of life improvements and security updates as well, including pin to drive. It's good to have, just an extra level of safety and security for your car, which is great. Not so much on the test drive, pretty similar overall, but look, I think an update is an update, and I'm glad we have it. It's now kind of in line with the C-Line 7, C-Line 6, I think, and also Shark 6 too. So good to see. Unfortunately, the instrument cluster screen is still the same, but hopefully the next update, there'll be some changes to the front screen here. So otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that video. Until next time on Ludicrous Feed, it's happy charging. At a roundabout now. There's no cars around, I know, but just saying that previous to the update, it would just sort of do some phantom braking things. Wasn't too bad that time, I know, but there wasn't much around. Okay, so coming up to another one here. This one's slightly more busy, but not too bad again.